Welcome to our overview of Painted with Raven Season 1. In this entry we will be breaking down the season by focusing on the 7 contestants that competed in order of last place to winner, as well as concluding with my overall thoughts on the season. This entry contains spoilers to Painted with Raven and RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3, so I recommend checking out the seasons before continuing with this entry. This entry is coming out months after the finale first aired. This is for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I didn't watch the season as it was airing because I had no intention of making a video on it. This is because I deeply underestimated its ties to the Drag Race franchise as a whole. It also takes a drastically different format to Drag Race seasons, so I wasn't sure how I would go about discussing it in a similar way. After watching Queen of the Universe, I decided to give it a go, and wow was I impressed. The show is so much fun and it's such a casual and easy watch I managed to finish it all in the span of a day. The contestants are all so talented as well, but let's not get too much into my overall thoughts. We can discuss those at the end after we've discussed what the show actually is and the competitors. So what is Painted with Raven? Painted with Raven is a makeup competition which sees different makeup artists compete in challenges from the comfort of their own homes. There are no eliminations, instead a point system is put in place which determines the top 2 contestants which reach the finale. The main host of the show is the titular Raven, contestant of Season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race and Season 1 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Raven later became RuPaul's personal makeup artist, and as you can see from this overview, was offered the opportunity to host her own show. The series features different guest judges who have experience in the world of makeup. This is how the show fits into the overall Drag Race universe, as guest judges include RuPaul herself, Raja, winner of Season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race, host of Fashion Photo Review, current contestant on Season 7 RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, all winners, and Lipstick Nick, Michelle Visage's personal makeup artist. Each week, contestants compete in a maxi challenge, where they all receive points based on their performances. Top contestants receive 3 points, safe contestants receive 2 points, and the bottom 2 contestants both receive 1 point, and must battle it out in a speed paint test to determine who will be muted for the next week. The muted contestant can watch the other contestants compete but cannot compete themselves until the next week. Contestants can also win an extra point by winning the homework challenge, which is set at the end of the week prior. For the semi-final, the point system was adjusted, so the tops of the week had their points doubled and the bottoms received no points at all. All contestants then had their points wiped to make it anyone's game in the final. Coincidentally though, the final point scores received in the end of the semi-final correspond with the order of our ranking. So now we've discussed a little about how the show works and how it connects to the broader Drag Race franchise. Let's get right into discussing the 7 contestants that made this show possible. Here are the contestants. A quick disclaimer, since there were no eliminations for this season, we will be ranking the 4 contestants who didn't make it to the final in order of the points they received over the season. We will then rank the runners-up also by their points until we get the winner. Fortunately, the amount of points each contestant received, including the winner, corresponds to their place in our ranking, so it feels like an accurate ranking in that regard. With that said, let's get into it. 7th place, Ryan. Ryan was the contestant with the least amount of points earned on Season 1 of Painted with Raven, placing her in 7th place overall. During her time on the season, she received a total of 6 points and was muted twice for episodes 2 and 4. 6th place, Jordan. Jordan was the contestant with the second least amount of points earned on Season 1 of Painted with Raven, placing them in 6th place overall. During their time on the season, they received a total of 9 points, was muted once for episode 3, won 1 homework assignment in episode 4, and was a top once in episode 5, the Celebrity Lookalike Challenge. 5th place, Jamon. Jamon was the contestant with the third least amount of points earned on Season 1 of Painted with Raven, placing him in 5th place overall. During his time on the season, he received a total of 10 points, was muted once for episode 5, and was a top twice in episodes 2 and 6, the Paper Dolls and Twinning Challenges. 4th place, Bryce. Bryce was the contestant with the 4th least amount of points earned on Season 1 of Painted with Raven, placing him in 4th place overall. During his time on the season, he received a total of 12 points, was muted once for episode 6, won 1 homework assignment in episode 5, and was a top thrice in episodes 1, 3, and 4, the All That Sparkles, Work of Art, and Two-Faced Challenges. 3rd place, Yvonne. Yvonne was the contestant with the third most amount of points earned and the wild card on Season 1 of Painted with Raven, placing her in third place overall, as one of 2 runner-ups alongside Taj. During her time on the season, she received a total of 15 points, was never muted, won 2 homework assignments in episodes 3 and 6, and was a top twice in episodes 3 and 5, the Work of Art and Celebrity Lookalike Challenges. Second place, Taj. Taj was the contestant with the second most amount of points earned on Season 1 of Painted with Raven, placing him in second place overall as one of 2 runner-ups alongside Yvonne. During his time on the season, he received a total of 26 points, was never muted, won 1 homework assignment in episodes 2, and was a top thrice in episodes 1, 2 and 7, the All That Sparkles, Paper Dolls and Shock It To Me challenges. And the winner is Matt. Matt was the winner of Season 1 of Painted with Raven and a contestant with the most points overall, receiving a total of 32 points. During his time on the season, he was never muted and was a top 5 times in episodes 1, 4, 5, 6 and 7, the All That Sparkles, Two-Faced, Celebrity Lookalike, Twinning and Shock It To Me challenges. He was named the winner after winning the final Fairy Tale Ball challenge. Overall, I loved Painted with Raven. It felt like a completely fresh take on the makeup competition format, possibly because the MUAs did their makeup from the comfort of their own home. It felt more intimate. I felt like Raven was a fantastic judge, giving the right criticism when needed, and never berating the contestants when they didn't do great. It felt honest and insightful. This does not mean I support Raven as an individual, however, as she has come under fire recently for partaking in the act of blackfishing. This is where a non-black individual purposely makes their skin darker than it is in order to reap the benefits of black beauty, whilst using their white privilege to insert themselves in opportunities not available to black individuals. As a white individual myself, I of course don't intend to speak over or for black individuals on this subject. I am simply informing those who don't know about the recent controversy surrounding Raven. We should always be listening to the black community so we can use their guidance as a starting point to better ourselves by taking the time to educate ourselves. I'm no makeup artist, so most of the time I had no idea what techniques the contestants were doing, but I found it easy to marvel at their creations. It was just an overly pleasant experience. The guest judges were all helpful as well, and you could tell everyone was just having a good time. Not sending any contestant home was also a great idea. It gives us more time to get to know them on an individual level, and there wasn't a single one I didn't like by the end. This format is now an integral part of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 7 All Winners, and again is proving to be a success. I really hope they continue with this format going forward. On to other seasons of not just Painted with Raven, but the Drag Race franchise as a whole. So that was my overview of Painted with Raven Season 1. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be coming back to present day after a little detour back to January by overviewing RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 7, Vanjie 24 Hours of Love Season 1, and Drag Race France Season 1 in the near future with this series. Until next time, I wish you bore da, brunhanda, noswaith da, or nos da, wherever you are in the world. Bye!